Welcome to the Bodhi Academy. My name is Shrutika and today we are going to study about the chapter Motion and Time, chapter 9 from 7th standard textbook. Today we will continue with the second part of this chapter. So in first part of the chapter we have studied different types of motion. We have classified the different types of motion according to their examples, and also we have studied about the concept of speed, and we have seen the formula to calculate speed. So in our today's class, let us continue with the part 2 of this chapter. So to begin with, we will first see what is the meaning of uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So in our yesterday's class, we have learned about motion. So what is the meaning of uniform motion? So uniform motion. When an object moving along a straight line moves in a constant speed, then the object is said to be in a uniform motion. For example, a car moving in a straight line with a constant speed. So, the meaning of uniform motion is if I have a point A and I have a point B. This is a straight road, okay? So along a straight line, when a car, say example, this is a car. So when a car is moving from A to B at a constant speed, that is the speed of the car while moving, this is constant, as in it is moving at the rate, I say at the speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So this type of motion is called as uniform motion. When an object moving along a straight line moves with a constant speed, then the object is said to be in uniform motion. For example, a car moving in a straight line with a constant speed, that is the speed is not changing when it is moving from A to B. It is remaining as 20 kilometers per hour only. So this is the meaning of uniform motion. Now let us see the second type of motion, that is non-uniform motion. So when an object moving along a straight line changes its speed with respect to time, then the object is said to be in non-uniform motion. For example, the motion of a train. So I consider again a point A and a point B. Okay, so a train, to cover this distance from point A to B, it will change its speed. That is, it will not move at a constant speed. From A to C, it will take it will move at a 20 kilometers per hour speed. Then to move from C to D, it will take 15 kilometers per hour speed. Then from D to C, it takes 50 kilometers per hour speed. So to complete the distance from A to B, the speed of the train is changing to move like from one position to another to complete that distance. So this type of motion, when an object moving along a straight line changes its speed with respect to time, is said to be in non-uniform motion. For example, motion of a train. So this was about the two types of motion, that is uniform motion and the non-uniform motion. Now let us see the concept of time. So measurement of time. So time is basically measured in seconds, minutes and hours. So the time period is the total time taken by an object to complete one oscillation. So this is, and the units of speed is seconds, minutes and hour. So now let us see how the time is measured. So basically concept of time can be studied using a simple pendulum. Okay, so a simple pendulum. Here we can see a simple pendulum. Here this is a simple pendulum. So a simple pendulum consists of a small metallic ball, this ball, which is called as the bob of the pendulum. This So this is a simple pendulum wherein this is the stand, this is the string to which the metallic ball is suspended. So this metallic ball is called the bob of the pendulum. So the whole thing here makes up a pendulum. So this is called the bob of the pendulum, which is attached to the base here to the stand by a suspended thread, like thread which attaches the base to the bob. So this is a simple pendulum. So the metallic ball is called a bob of the pendulum here. So the metallic ball is called a bob of the pendulum. So here we can see the how a simple pendulum looks. So to study the time period, we should know the concept to measure the time of how the time measurement of time to study the concept of measurement of time. First we should know the working of a simple pendulum. So the to and fro motion of a simple pendulum is an example of periodic or oscillatory motion, and the pendulum is said to have completed one oscillation when the bob. So this is the bob. So here we will see what is the time period, what is actually the meaning of this periodic motion. So this is the starting point. So O represents the starting point of the pendulum. So this to and fro motion, as in when the bob goes to the A point and then it comes back to the B point. So this to and fro motion here. So the pendulum is said to complete. The pendulum is said to have completed one oscillation when the bob, starting from the mean position O, moves to A and to B and back to O. So it starts from O and then it comes back to O. That is, when we release the pendulum, what will happen? It will go in front forward to A position, then it will go back to B position, and again it will come to O position. So when this whole circle is completed, we say that the pendulum has completed one oscillation, and this is called as its time period. So the pendulum, so this is how time is measured. So the time period is the total time taken by an object. So the time period is the total time taken by an object to complete one oscillation, and the units of time are measured in seconds, minutes and hours. And yesterday we have seen the concept of speed. So speed is basically distance travel in the total time interval, and units of speed is, so speed is measured in meters per second or kilometers per hour. So these are the units of speed, and here units of time is second, minutes and hour. And how measurement of time is done? It is done using the principle of simple pendulum. So when a pendulum completes the moves from O to A and then comes back to B, and from B to O, it is said to complete one oscillation, and this is the time period of the simple pendulum. So now let us see how speed is measured. So basically speed is measured using speedometer and the odometer. So the speedometer, it records the speed of the vehicle directly in kilometers per hour, and an odometer measures the distance covered by the vehicle directly in kilometers. So here we can see a speedometer and an odometer. Here, so this type of devices are there in our cars and vehicles, wherein they help us to measure the distance. They help us in measuring the speed of the car or the bike. So speedometer, it records the speed of the vehicle directly in kilometers per hour, and an odometer will measure the distance moved by the vehicle directly in kilometers, like we can see over here. So this will measure directly in kilometers. So this is odometer, and speed here in kilometers per hour. This, when the speed is measured in kilometers per hour, it is measured by the speedometer. So this is the speedometer, and this, which measures it in kilometers, is called as the odometer. So this is about how we can measure the speed of an object. So in our today's class, we have learned about the uniform motion and non-uniform motion, then how we calculate time with using the simple pendulum principle, then units of time and units of speed, and how speed is measured in any object, that is using the speedometer and the odometer. So thank you for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.